All right, hey yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my reaction gamers chat? I'm having a terrible time managing. I really should be recording these live on stream, but like, I haven't really gotten used to doing just chatting stuff on stream, so I'm really bad at it. But chat, there's been a new Genshin update. That's where I've been. All right, sorry, chat. And then there's Evo Weekend, so I'm gonna be watching that over on my stream. But chat, again, run it up, like, comment, subscribe. I gotta say this early because of the whole changes that they did. I don't like it, but, you know, it's what it is. Chat, Twitch is finally addressing a big problem. I don't know what... Oh, no, I do know what this is about. This is about Twitch addressing the botting problem. And chat, I'm gonna be real. A lot of people aren't gonna like this. You kind of have to on Twitch, right? The algorithm is so terrible, and they almost incentivize you to do it. Especially because you're, like, more than likely not going to get punished, right? Literally everybody's doing it. So it's almost like, why would you not, right? You're going to be sitting there like me, like no viewers. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to do that. So let's get into the video.
Viewbotting on Twitch has been a big problem for many years now. And nothing has been done about it, despite countless conversations from users about it. And this isn't some, like, wackadoo conspiracy that you can just write off as just, like, fake paranoia over nothing. This isn't, like, 5G and airport body scanners blasting you with gay beams that turn you into a mutant that craves penis or something. This is a very real thing. And it's not even like it's hidden or anything. It's not exactly a secret. It's about as much of a secret as ketchup's main ingredient being tomatoes and sugar.
I think, like... a lot of, especially from what I've heard, I don't really know, but, you know, typically I'll take Tectone's word for it when it comes to this stuff, but apparently a lot of gacha companies do it as well. Like, the reason why everybody's doing it, right? And not only is everybody doing it, but, like, companies are doing it as well. I hear that, like, for Genshin Impact, people, like, get, I don't know, botted in, like, the thousands or something like that. Man, I sure wish that happened to me. It's not like I play Genshin Impact. But, chat, it's an interesting thing to say, right? Because if everybody's view-botting, why would you not? It's just something that I've gone back and forth about. Because me, I don't bot. God, boy, do I wish sometimes. But it always goes back to, well, if everybody's doing it, why would you not, right? It's interesting. It's funny. I don't know.
Blatant. And for the longest time, it felt like they did nothing to stop it.
Right.
So, tons of streamers over the years have just shamelessly used view bots to inflate their numbers, to float to the top of the categories, and grow. Which is, of course, very unfair to the people that don't do that, but there's never been any, like, real punishment that I can see for it.
Absolutely
Even in the
not.
most extreme and obvious cases where someone bots up to, like, 10K viewers on Mr. Hoggleberry's, you know, farmyard, barnyard adventure or something, and it's like a streamer with 400 followers. Even in cases like that, I've seen they get maybe like a temporary suspension, then they're back like the next day and still do it again, but make it like, instead of 10K viewers, it's like 400 viewers just to stay at the top. And of course, it's a tool.
I can't, dude. So you guys have seen what Twitch has been going through lately, especially with Hassan Parkar. I can't exactly imagine that something to the likes of viewbotting, it's hard to say whether they would actually put in the effort to really try to crack down on it before, right? They're doing it now, but like beforehand, I feel like even if they got enough reports, they'd be like, who cares? You'd have to get really lucky on the automatic detection to ban someone, and even then, right? Like, some people you might not even be able, you would be able to tell, but like other people, it's like, oh, they have 10 viewers, probably, or 10 to like 5 to 10 viewers, and probably people are just like, you know, lurking or something. Once you get to like 50, like 20 plus, and it's like, okay, now why is no one talking?
Well, not just utilized by streamers trying to get noticed in a very saturated market.
Right.
It's also been a tool used by some of the biggest streamers on the platform.
Yeah, I mean, of course, he's on Twitch. It's real. There's no view bots or fake bots.
Dude, chat, I love this game. This is a game called Fate Trigger. It's essentially anime Apex. That's as easy as I can put it to you. It's legitimately a Apex anime version from China.
Oh, it's on Twitch, dude.
You should start viewbotting, Matt.
Dude, actually, I've been thinking about suggesting viewbotting to a lot of people because they don't do anything about it.
Bro, if they're not gonna do anything about it, legitimately, why would you not? You know, here's the thing about it is like, you could sit at your moral high ground at 0 viewers, or you could, you know, swallow your pride and get a few like 10s. I respect a lot of people who stay at 0, but it's like, if you want to take streaming seriously, you kind of have to, right? If it's not a hobby, if it's something you kind of really want to grow in, one, you should honestly not even be streaming. I feel like the worst way to grow a stream is to stream, as weird as that sounds. But, you know, it's like, it's just, Twitch is so, the algorithm is so bad, and people at the bottom get like so punished. Like this video might be, you know, this video might be suggested to people who have never watched me before, right? It'll hit the algorithm, or it might not, but it might. And if it does, that would be cool. They'll become a viewer. They might like it. They might subscribe. There's nothing else pushing people at the bottom like that on Twitch. In fact, they get crushed down even more. So it's like, why would you not try to sneak around that? Right? Like, you understand what I'm saying, chat? I'm not advising it. I'm just not, I'm looking the other way. Like, oh, are you doing it right now? Oh, well, what's over there? I don't know. I'm not looking.
There's countless
I'm only
streamers on
trolling,
this
not
platform.
viewbotting.
Some of the top 10 streamers on this platform just viewbot. Just do it. Fuck it.
Now, of course, Shroud's just taking the piss here, but he's expressing frustration at how common it is and how there is seemingly no consequences for it. So why wouldn't everyone just viewbot? Even though a lot of them are. Ask any like big streamer, except for the ones blatantly viewbotting, I suppose, about how rampant this issue is, and all of them will tell you the same thing. That a ton of people at like the upper echelon of Twitch viewership are viewbotting as well. It again is not just reserved for like smaller streamers trying to break out by artificially inflating their numbers. It is just super common, and everybody knows it. But everyone also knows that there hasn't really been any effort from Twitch to stop it. It really feels like there is nobody at Twitch headquarters that gives a fuck about this subject at all. It seems like at best Twitch has like one dude, the intern Eric, who goes through manually and sometimes bans a handful of bots for like maybe an hour and then calls it a day for the bot detection and stoppage program.
I will say, if this does go through and they not only ban view bots, but like bots in general, I'm all for it. Chat, I cannot tell. I have to have, like, in my chat on Twitch, I need to have, like, a phone verification thing, or else I'm just going to get, hey, buy this, and then, or I'll just get another bot that's like, hey, I'm an artist, blah, 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 blah. Bro, it's so rampant on Twitch. I don't care about the viewer bots. I care about the bots that come in and try to get me to add them on Discord. That's so obnoxious because it's like, I can kind of tell kind of early when it's going to bring up the, oh, well, I have some ideas on your Twitch. Why don't you add me on Discord? I kind of figured it out early on, and it's so, it sucks because it's like, I just have to sit there and sigh and treat it like a real viewer because, you know, if anyone's seen my stream, you know, I love interacting, especially because I play gacha games. It's really easy to interact with chat. It's just like, yeah, buddy, tell me, what do you think? Because I don't want to look like an asshole. Like, if someone comes into the chat that I'm just like, nah, fuck you or something, right?
It's just been out of control. But in an unpredictable surprise, yesterday, Twitch actually made an announcement that they're going to be doing more to crack down on view bots and combat it.
Yippee.
I'm a little doubtful on that, to be honest with you, but I guess we'll see. We're going to go over the statement here in a moment. They've had a huge problem wrestling with view bots forever, but you know who hasn't had a problem wrestling? Me. With bad hygiene. I went in there and gave that shit a knuckle sandwich with our soap, Cheeky. Cheeky's the best soap in the universe, and I just wanted to put something on your radar. Right now we're doing a special promotional with one of our partners, Giga. She just debuted her new 3.0, and we wanted to celebrate by giving 20%.
Bro, she's so pretty. Sorry, I really like Giga, bro. Leave me alone. Don't look at me like that, chat. I really like Giga.
Sent off to anyone that uses
there a
her
Giga?
code at usecheeky.com, and we're also donating
she's
$1
so
for
pretty.
every bar of soap sold using her code to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Just a little something we wanted to
I think Giga could fix me. Sorry, go ahead.
do after everything that happened with Fee Shoujo and Iron Mouse, so I just wanted to put that on your radar real quick. Anyway, this is Twitch's statement. They said, a quick update on view counts.
Fuck,
We
it
have
is for
teams and
Giga.
tech
Maybe I will
dedicated
get
to
some.
ensuring that the views that show up on channels reflect actual viewership and aren't artificially inflated in any way. Ultimately, metrics on Twitch should
I like her new
represent the
model.
real
I'm
and
so
growing
sorry,
communities
chat.
that show up and
I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. I got flashbang by Giga. Now I'm all giddy. Sorry. Okay. Lock in, chat. Lock in.
participate on channels, so we regularly update detection tools and methods. So I'm a little doubtful on how regularly they update those detection tools and methods, because they are not efficient at all.
Right.
They are terrible at doing the job that they are designed to do with stopping view bots. I would have actually preferred if they just came out and said, hey, we haven't taken view botting seriously on this platform until now.
What if the messages said, hey, honestly, we don't even look. The guy who works here is like, he's on his phone half the time. He's playing Uma Musume right now, so we don't even have the guy who fixes these bot problems. Hey, you know what? That's our bad.
Now we're going to get serious about it. Because right now this just reads as, we try, but we're just bad at it. Like, we have teams and tech dedicated to
That's
it, they
pretty
just
funny.
can't do it very well. So
That's
it doesn't
so
inspire
silly.
a ton of confidence with how little effect
That's a little too transparent, I think. Okay. Is that too transparent, or is that just transparent enough? It's kind of hard to say.
they've had on ViewBots.
It's pretty
despite
funny, though. I
apparently
really like
regularly
that.
updating their tools for it. Recently, we made changes that meaningfully improve our ability to identify viewbots, inauthentic viewership, and other potentially fake engagement. These changes will roll out over the next few weeks. So, if your channel was viewbotted, or if some of your viewers are artificial or inflated, you'll see an impact on your channel's view count. This also means that third-party sites that publish unverified Twitch
Wait, you're telling me that I'm going to go from one viewer to one viewer?
view counts are going to see changes to that data over time. We recognize that viewbotting can be out of the streamer's control, and making these changes, our goal is to improve the experience for both streamers and viewers. Now, there is something I'd like to mention with this approach to announcing this.
Sure.
I am a little curious why they would announce this before actually doing something. Why not take action first, and then explain...
I never thought of it like that. That kind of makes it feel performative, actually. Like they're almost taking it seriously. They're only taking it seriously in the public eye, right? Like they only want you to think that they're really trying to get at it, and they're like, "Hey guys, we're working on this. These are the steps we're gonna take. This is how it's gonna go down." Why wasn't it done? It almost makes me feel like they're not really going to start cracking down on stuff. And it's just like, as soon as they made this this was probably posted by the guy who's like playing Uma Musume right now at his desk instead of actually doing this. He saw Curran Chan came out, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to act like I'm working. I need to spend $700 on this new Uma. That's what it seems like.
later. Because right now you're giving viewbotters and the third parties that make the viewbots ample time to try and find ways around potential detection
It's
tools,
so silly.
or the streamers coming up with like excuses like, no, it must be someone else viewbotting me. Like, it's just giving people a lot of time to try and skirt this. I don't know why they wouldn't just implement these tools first, let them take action, and if they work really well and people do see drastic changes to their viewer numbers because of eliminating so much of the artificial bloat on it, then you could come forward and explain why. I feel like that would have been far more effective. Like, I don't really love the approach to like making this announcement like, here we come, we're taking down the viewbots, before actually having done that.
Oh no,
now,
here comes the
admittedly, this is
viewbots.
still like the most we've got from Twitch in what feels like forever about viewbots and how they're going to do something about it.
Right.
So it all sounds well and good that they're finally making what seems to be more of a priority out of this issue and trying to stop it. Like, they also recognize that sometimes it's not always the streamers that viewbot themselves. It could be a viewer doing it to try and get the streamer in trouble. but that never really works because Twitch doesn't give a fuck about view bots, or at least historically it hasn't. So,
dude, it's not. I'm telling you, Chad. It's not even just a viewer or the streamers or a viewer. Legitimately, companies do this. Like if you have a sponsorship, they will do it. I'm not gonna name any names in case I want a sponsorship in the future. I may have named one, but I'm not. They probably don't know about this channel. It's okay. This isn't my gotcha channel, but I'm just saying. Companies are more inclined to help out a streamer who is promoting their game to at least make it look better, right?
That never really amounts to anything other than just, once again, the stream being inflated with artificial numbers. But, like, at least the statement is them addressing the issue and saying that they are working and cooking up new ways of trying to stop it.
It could be worse.
And I hope that they're very effective. I just have my doubts about it, is all. Because as they mentioned, apparently they've already had all these tools and stuff, but they don't work super well. Unless they've had like a drastic overhaul and have really prioritized stopping this, I'm very curious to see
turn it off and turn it back on again
on viewbots. And I'm not saying it's like an easy problem to solve or anything. Obviously, it hasn't been mastered and perfected by any other platform either. There are viewbots out the wazoo.
I think Kick is working on it as well. I don't know anything about any other streaming site besides, aside from Twitch, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Well, okay, I do know about other sites, but they're all like Korean and Chinese, like Afrika or Billy. Probably not exactly what we're talking about here, but Kick, I think they're trying to work on it. And YouTube, I don't know how effective it is to bot on YouTube. Oh, no, wait. I know it's possible because I've actually been botted before when I streamed Wuthering Waves. They had botted my account and started sending me like hate messages. It's like people telling me how bad Wuthering Waves is and how Genshin is better. I'll have the screenshot somewhere. I don't really know where it is. But they're just doing all that, and I guess they didn't know who I was because I play Genshin a lot more than I play Wuthering Waves, so that was kind of weird.
Across the internet in general.
It was funny, though.
So, like, I understand that it's
That's
not
the day I found out
just
how to
Twitch,
ban people on YouTube.
but I think Twitch has kind of ignored it for a long time without taking it super seriously, despite it being a pretty big issue.
Right.
I would love if they were correct here that there is going to be, like, some sweeping changes to view counts where now it's no longer inflated, and it's harder for creators or viewers to try and artificially boost a stream with bots. I hope they do actually have some good, like, tech in place to stop that. I don't put a whole lot of faith in it.
Right.
Twitch has become notorious for putting out statements like this with, like, these big changes that are coming that don't really amount to anything. Like, they don't actually really do much to change.
Chat, they're going to change the view botting platform. You know what? Ban another VTuber.
Change things that they talk about, at least historically. Now, that's not speaking in an absolute there. There have been times where they put out a statement like this and there has been big changes, obviously. But for this one in particular, I really get the feeling this will be another one of those things where they make a hoopla about like what's coming and what they're about to do to improve something. And then, a few weeks down the line, it doesn't really change much. I hope I'm wrong. I hope when this fully rolls out over the next few weeks, we do notice a huge hit to view bots on the platform. That would be great. I'm just a bit doubtful of it. And I think a lot of streamers that do view bot are probably going to take this as like a warning to stop making it so obvious, because even their most brainwashed of followers will see like, oh, this streamer was once at like 2,000 average viewers. Now they're down to 200. That's weird. What happened here? And then they'll hopefully connect the dots in their head like, oh, they must have been view botting this whole time.
Nah, they're doing variety. That's what happens when you switch to variety from whatever game you play.
Even just putting out this notice here is maybe going to help with some of those streamers that do actively view bot. They might kind of put the brakes on it themselves a little bit to try and avoid, suspicion or something perhaps. Either way, though, I'm glad they're at least trying, or at least seeming like they're going to try. It's about time. This is long overdue. Now, Dan Clancy also made a statement about this, going into a bit more detail. He said,
dude, I love Dan Clancy. Isn't he the one who started making it okay to self-promote on other people's channels because he did the same thing? Cool. I've been wanting to self-promote on other people's channels.
As highlighted in this recent Twitch support tweet, we just updated some of the code that we use to detect and eliminate view bots. I wanted to quickly follow up on a few key points regarding the recent update to our view bot detection. First, I want to be very clear that we always try to detect and eliminate view bots. However, doing this in a manner that does not eliminate real viewers can be tricky. While I know for some of you it has been frustrating, we wanted to take our time to make sure we were not inadvertently filtering out real users. Second, I wanted to highlight that bots come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes streamers may be actively working with third parties to inflate their numbers. In other cases, the bots may be used to harass streamers. We don't want either type, because average concurrent viewers is intended to be a measure of the people that are watching the streamer at any given point in time. As is always the case, detecting view bots is a bit of a cat and mouse game as third parties work to avoid our detection. We will continue monitoring and make updates over time to improve our viewbot detection system. Now, as I mentioned, I recognize that it is not a simple problem to solve.
I think if they really, really wanted to get rid of the incentive to viewbot, what they should really do is work on the algorithm of discoverability, right? If all you're going to do is crush new people who want to get into streaming, right? Now, you can make the argument of, oh, well, they should have to, you know, create their community somewhere else and then come back to streaming, which I do agree. But if they want to do that, they should allow people to, you know, move people elsewhere, right? They have that whole thing with the multi-streaming where if you have your chat up or if you're telling people to go to a different platform, they, like, ban you or whatever. If you want to get rid of that, just make Twitch better. Just make it easier for people to find new streamers. I'm sure people want to find new streamers and not just be recommended the same streamers over and over again. And, you know, if you have a certain view count, then you'll be on the recommended page. Make it easier for people who are brand new to get discovered. If you do that, I promise you this goes away.
Solution isn't very easy, but it really has felt over the years that this wasn't something Twitch ever really had a big concern with until now, I suppose. It's nice to hear that they have been trying to do things on the back end for a while to detect and eliminate view bots. It sucks that it hasn't been that great. There hasn't been a whole lot of, you know, juice from the squeeze there because view bots are still a rampant issue on the platform. But hopefully whatever changes they're rolling out here are robust and effective. Like, all I can do is hope. I'm just a bit doubtful given the history of Twitch. Anyway, though, I'll stop yapping about it. I guess we'll see if the viewer numbers across the platform take a huge hit here when this all rolls out.
I guess we'll see, right?
I will tell you, if they work well, if these tools are actually really strong, there should be a pretty significant decline in viewership from tons and tons of channels across the platform. So, we'll see. We will see. That's really about it. So, yeah.
God, it's really hard to say who it would be because that would essentially just be calling people out, and I don't know how much people want to be called out. So I'll just say that a lot of the top streamers also do it, right? It's not just brand new people. It's like legitimately people at the top and everywhere. They all, you know, they all do this stuff. But you know what, chat? That's all I want to talk about today. Chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.